Oh, how's it going, everybody? And welcome back to Tsukihime. We're going to, let's see. Actually, I've got the volume way too low. There we go, that might be better. Okay, I think that'll be good. But yeah, so this is going to be part 15. Last time we left on a bit of a spicy note, you know? But we're going to basically skip that. I think we're past everything. Wait, Shiki. I'm already... Okay. I think I already read this part right here. I'm also going to keep my finger on the snipe button, just in case. But remember to Okay, I think we're right here. You're rustling about by yourself. What are you doing, I ask. Oh, you're awake, Shiki? Not really, I'm more asleep than awake. Thanks to you, my body isn't quite doing what I tell it to. I see. Flattered, but it's a bit embarrassing. Good smiles like a little girl. I think it's strange for me to know what she's gonna have, blah, blah, blah. But then she looks so happy, I decide to ignore such a trivial thing. Hey Shiki, what is it? You must be tired too, so you should sleep until nighttime. What if I became a true vampire? Wait a second. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out who's actually saying that. Let's see. Hey Shiki. Shiki. What is it? You must be tired too, so you should sleep until nighttime. If I became a true vampire, what would you do, Shiki? Such a strange question. But that would never happen because you're afraid of drinking blood, right? That's why it's a what if question. It's only natural to steal their lives to preserve your own in nature, right? So it's just a story of what if I became like that. Cut it out. That won't ever happen. I don't like talking about what ifs. Didn't I say that before? Really? I like what ifs. Not knowing how things will turn out, yet still having hope at least for that moment. That's right, you said something like that before too, Arcueid. Yeah, so I was wondering what I should have done if you were a horrible person. Arcueid, I love you, Shiki. You let me feel this way and enabled me to tell you like this. You are kind to me. Why is Arcueid crying? Well, Shiki, I'll be leaving before you wake up. Won't be able to say goodbye directly, so forgive me for doing it this way. The sound of the door shutting. Still sleeping, I hear it closing. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, she gone. Bye bye. I wake up. Bright sunlight streams in through the curtains. At the clock, it just turned noon. Crap, school. I quickly get up. Come to think of it, it's Sunday today. There's no need to go to school. If there's anything I should worry about, it's the fact that I stayed over at Arcueid's place without calling home. Come to think of it, I saw a weird dream. I was talking to Arcueid and she kissed me at the end. Am I really out of it? For me to see such a happy dream when Arcueid is sleeping right next to me might be... I'm really happy right now. I just think so. It turns to the bed. My voice cuts off there. Arcueid. Look at the bed in shock. There's no one there. Arcueid isn't around anywhere. I'll be going now. In my dream, Arcueid said that. Hey, wait, I look around the room. But of course she isn't anywhere. Only thing I find is a single piece of paper on the table. I don't know if it's some kind of joke or if it's another language, but the paper only has the word bye written on it. Why? I don't want to believe it. But more than that, I can't understand what Arcueid did. You've got to be kidding me. Bye is just too simple. We promised to be together. Told her I'd help her until the very end. Why would she go off by herself again? I scream as loud as I can and crumble the piece of paper. Oh gosh, poor Shiki. After that, I fly out of the room and look all over like I've gone mad. I can't find Arcueid. I know. I already know that she won't ever appear before me again, but I still can't give up. I'll go crazy like this. Go crazy unless I find her and yell at her for how much of an idiot she's been, but I still can't find her. I'll never ever see her again. Something desperately ends. She will settle things with Roa and disappear for by herself. Or I think she's already finished and left the city. Stop thinking before I go crazy. I hear the voices of cicadas in the back of my ear. Discarded shells of cicadas. My body becomes light with nothing inside of it, and I cannot think anymore. So this is what it means to be truly empty. Not even tears come forth. Still an empty shell, my legs move. I guess it's just like an animal's instinctual sense to go home. Even though I have nothing left in me, I am walking towards my house. Savage night. Okay, we're only on day 11. There is going to be a lot more left to this. It's going to be a while before we even finish this. I wake up to the sound of Hisui's voice. Since then, after returning to the mansion, I must have made my way to the room somehow and slept. Shiki-sama, are you not feeling well? No, I'm fine. Answering, I sit up in bed. I'm almost amazed at myself. Don't even feel like talking, but my body tries to start my day as always. Breakfast. I'll be down soon. Yes, I will be waiting. Looking as if she still wants to say something, Hisui leaves the room. Changed my clothes and head to the sitting room. Akiha and Kohaku are there. Morning. In my usual greeting, I go to the dining room. I eat breakfast and return to the sitting room. I sit on the sofa and stare at the clock. Nissan. You know you have to have school today, right? Huh. Yeah, that's right. I guess I should go to school. I forgot. I didn't feel like doing anything, and I thought I would keep living like this empty shell. I do have my life as Tohno Shiki. If I don't have anything to do, it won't hurt to go to school. Nissan. Akira looks at me uneasily. Speaking is just a pain. Without saying anything, I go to school. Time passes by uneventfully. I emptily attend my lessons. The sound of the chalk. I mindlessly write down what's written on the board into my notes. I look out the window into the rear courtyard. Of course, there's no one there. What am I doing? Just calmly attending my lessons like this? Not searching for and just returning to my normal life. There's no way for me to search for Arcueid. Since she left on her own, there's probably no possibility of me finding her. That's why I have really lost Arcueid. Snap. Sound comes from above my desk. It's nothing. I was just gripping my mechanical pencil so hard that I snapped another one. Bro, snapping mechanical pencils is kind of hard. Just saying. Classes end. In the commotion of the classroom, I still remain seated. Tohno, can you come here for a moment? My math teacher speaks up from the podium. Yes, what is it? I respond and walks towards him. Hasn't your recent behavior been a little wild? I've received information that you've been going out late at night. Does it ring a bell? Yes, these past few days I had things to do in town at night. I see. My math teacher, well, my homeroom teacher. Oh no, is this gonna be Roa? Oh gosh, I know you're not the kind of student to goof off at night. There have been concerns voiced by the faculty. It appears the head of the student council would like to speak to you. Because of that, please go to the student council room after school. Just consider yourself unlucky and bear with it. Saying goodbye, he leaves the classroom. Interesting. After school, I stop by the student council room, but the teacher isn't there. Now that I remember, that teacher is also an advisor to the gymnastics team. Probably won't come until practice is over. Sit in my chair and wait faithfully. I bite my lip. No, this isn't the time to be doing this. I know, but there's nothing I can do. Outside the window, the sunset paints the sky vermilion. I can hear the voices of club members practicing outside, and the students talking while going home. Within that, this classroom is the only quiet place. This makes me angry. Why am I here? I can't do anything. I'm angry at my powerlessness. However, I have no way to solve this myself, so in the end, all I can do is accept everything I'm told emptily. What am I doing? There is no answer. I just sit in my empty classroom listening to the sounds outside. Tick. The second hand of the clock sweeps by, telling me it's now 7 at night. No one comes by. The school closes at 6, and all the teachers leave at 6:30, so no one else remains at the school grounds. Guess I'm forgotten. Get up from my chair. After pondering matters for so long, my head starts to clear a little. I was thinking all this time about what I should do, what I should prioritize. Maybe I should. If it's useless, I'll look for Arcueid. This is how things are. I'll search for Roa myself. Yeah. I think that's actually I think that's what I'm gonna do. I should find this vampire Roa. Arcueid isn't going to come see me, and it's almost impossible for me to find her, so I'll take the opposite route. Arcueid said that she would defeat Roa no matter what. If her purpose is Roa, then I'll look for him too. Arcueid will come to Roa, so if I could find him before then, that'll be good. And with that option, I can help Arcueid at least at the last moment. Alright, my mind is set, so I can't waste any more time here. I have to go into town this very minute, even if it means looking for a needle in a haystack. I have to find this vampire. But he's gonna be right here, isn't he? Roa is gonna show up. Lights are shut off in the hallways, illuminated solely by the blue moonlight streaming from the windows. I realize as I look up in the sky from the hallway, tonight is a full moon. I lose myself for a moment, gazing at it. The silver moon, delicate beauty like glass, feels like I will crumble if I were to reach out my hand and touch it. That moon, when I was a child, I feel like I saw it in a stupor. Throb. Uh-oh. We got this creepy music going on. Suddenly the sky on my chest begins to ache. My heart skips a beat. My blood starts to circulate wildly and I can't control my breathing. I place my hand on my chest. My uniform is soaked in blood. My scar has opened and is bleeding. Panting, my breathing is out of control. My spine painfully feels like it's going to burst open. Thump, thump. In between my heartbeats, I hear a sound. Someone is coming. From the far end of the hallway, walking towards me. The sounds of footsteps. There's something not right. This isn't a wild beating in my heart when it comes from my body sensing danger like before. A headache runs through my head. This pain, this sense of danger is directed against me. I feel that shadowy figure is something I, Tohno Shiki, must not meet. I breathe harder. Not even able to breathe properly, I take off my glasses. My knife is in my pocket. The figure draws closer. The moonlight seems to suggest it's a male. The point indicating death pulsates in the center of his body like a heart. All around his body are numerous lines of death, covered like wires for a machine. My breathing stops. There's something wrong with my head. I don't know this figure, even though I don't know. Can't help but feel like it resembles someone. He approaches. I'll be able to see his face soon. What does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who does he resemble? Who am I forgetting? Bloodshot eyes, the death all over his body. An alien stillness, as if in the very air around us was frozen. There's no mistaking it, he isn't human. He draws even closer, his head straight in my direction, looking solely at me, smiling wordlessly. I ready my knife. Blade pops forth. He continues walking. There's no time to think or hesitate. Under the white moon, As if in slow motion, I ready my knife. He doesn't stop. Slow as if time has stopped only for me. Easily reaches out and takes my knife, holding it upside down. Ooh. Wow. My body doesn't move. Shiki, being able to see death isn't just your privilege. Saying that, he moves his arm. Chill runs through me again. My brain freezes. My body remembers the same pain from before. Sound of slashed flesh. My nephew's soul is now punched deeply in my chest. My body collapses. A white sheet falls. It's because I leaned on him when I fell. As I fell, my hand took the bandages wrapping his body. He wished to see my face, Shiki, saying that, he unfurls the bandages. Everything turns dark. His face before me, I know it. Does it resemble that? Because his face resembles the face of the bloody child before me on that hot summer day. I fall onto the ground. Knife still embedded in my chest. Strangely, there is no blood or even pain. My body just gets colder. My consciousness drifts away. For control over my body, everything starts to fade away. I did pay you back for killing me, he says this as he looks down at me. The face I see as I look up, I recognize him. Of course I recognize him. Yeah, why have I forgotten until now? When I was a kid, the other child that me and Akia played with at the mansion. Always we were together. When Akia came to play, me and him were always there to welcome her. So why have I forgotten his name until now? Shiki. That's right, Shiki. It's really been a long time. Shiki smiles with satisfaction. Oh, Shiki, like capital letter Shiki. Shiki, Akia. Shiki. There's a meaningless scribbles. That's ridiculous. Sorry, Shiki, you'll have to listen to my just a little longer, so I just avoided the point of death slightly. It's not fatal, so you'll probably stay conscious for a bit. Don't fade away that easily. Unpleasant laughs at the terrible uneasiness I felt when I faced Novinsker. In the midst of my fading consciousness, I realized something. He is Arcueid's enemy. Well then, shall I take that knife? Someone like you who's about to disappear won't need it. He reaches for the knife stuck in my chest, grips the handle. The moment he takes it out will be my death, but I can't do anything. I can't move, even close my eyes. He flies. Suddenly Shiki flies back as if he was struck by a car. At the same time, a black-robed figure appears. Now this is the third floor. She crashes through the glass window and makes a flashy appearance. After flying back many meters, Shiki stands up. Solon stares at me lying on the floor and Ceil senpai protecting me. So he's like, capital letter Shiki. Bitch! Interfering once and now twice. Senpai only stares backwardly at Shiki. He lowers himself as if to attack Senpai, and then, as if realizing something, Shiki suddenly begins to laugh. Ha ha ha. I see, that's how it is, woman. I can't believe it, but that's how it is. Interesting. This is the first time such a thing has happened in 800 years. If that's the case, then new things truly do await me. She continues to laugh from the bottom of his heart. Senpai merely stares at the vampire in front of her. What is it? You have come to kill me, right? Or is it something else? Or is it that a cast-off shell cannot do anything on its own? Senpai doesn't respond. She looks away from the vampire and lifts me up. That imposter is more important than cutting off the cause behind you. But that's useless. He is beyond help. It's only payback for him living as Tohno Shiki until now. No matter what, there is no healing someone whose lines of death are cut. Even that princess had to exchange her 800 years of time in order to regenerate. Ooh. A human like him can't escape death. His voice full of mocking laughter. Somebody doesn't say anything in response. In the end, without a single word, she holds me. She goes through the glass window and jumps outside. Seems to be the high as if it were nothing. With a light step, she lands on the ground and runs from the school without even looking back. Through it all, I look only the school building with empty eyes. The third floor hallway I was in until just now. Blankly look at the vampire with long black hair and victoriously watching us leave. Ooh. 12. The World of the Moon. Oh wait, it says 11th day. So it's still the same day, I guess. So holding me, Senpai heads straight toward my mansion. Don't know what she's planning, but this can't be good. With a knife still embedded in my chest, there's no mistake that my death is near. If Aki sees me like this, she won't be a matter for her worrying. Damn it, I can't speak. I want to tell her to cut it out. I can only gasp for air. Please be quiet, Tohno-kun. It's okay. I'm sure your sister can help. Help? It's impossible, Senpai. I'm stabbed in the chest and I can't even move. There isn't anyone who can help a person about to die like this. No, it's possible. Otherwise it would not make any sense. Look, if your sister couldn't help you, you would have died 8 years ago. That's why I know I can still make it. Her words have so many U's in them I can hardly understand. Senpai, what do you... Jeez. Just please be quiet already. If you speak any more, we may not even be able to help you. He gives an unbelievably serious, angry face. I feel terrible, so I close my eyes. Anyways, it's the beginning. It's beginning to get hard. Staying up. So... I was always an outsider in my family. From an early age, I always thought that. From the time I was adopted from the Tohno family by the Aruma family, actually long before that I was an outsider in my family. Never even wondered why. Before I realized that I was alone. There were people around me acting for my parents, so I tried hard to act like their child. I think the house with the old tatami room was my first house. From there, after some incident, I was taken to a large Western-style mansion. There was a brother and a sister around my same age. We became good friends, I think. There was always a wall between their father and me. But still, we tried hard to be like a real family. Even if we weren't related by blood, we tried to believe we were a family. But that ended abruptly. After a large accident, I was taken to a hospital. No one came to see me and my eyes became abnormal. Till then I was alone. And in the end I was alone. I thought maybe I should just disappear like that. Till I met that sorceress who was as beautiful as the clear blue sky overhead. Nostalgic dream. I'm alive. Speak aimlessly. I don't seem to be able to lift a finger, but at least I can speak clearly. My mind is clear enough to grasp that this is my own room. Nii-san, are you awake? Akia, you're here? Akia is standing by the bedside, apparently having taken care of me. Akia, you? Look at Akia not knowing what happened. She looks away uneasily. Why, this wound is... I can't say Shiki did it. In the first place, how did she react when I arrived with this wound? I think usually you'd send someone with a knife in their chest to the hospital. Akia, it's okay. I heard most of the circumstances from that person. Person, you mean senpai? So looking down, Akia nods. I'm more confused. What exactly did senpai tell Akia by most of the circumstances? This isn't good. Not knowing what senpai told her, I can't ask her something's wrong. Akia, where's senpai? You mean that person? She's resting in the sitting room. Normally would have not let such a person stay in the house, but she has helped you, so I can't treat her poorly. She speaks, her expression turns more severe. Nissan, wound in your chest was caused by Shiki, right? Directly? Akia cuts to the heart of the matter. Akia, didn't I say so earlier? I heard most of the circumstance from that person, although I would have understood the situation if I looked at you. My words stick in my throat. Akia sounds as if she knew about Shiki from the beginning. Akia, you about Shiki? Yes, I know. From the beginning, was aware of everything and called you back to the mansion. I suddenly get assailed by dizziness, like I just got hit in the head with a hammer. Wait a minute, what do you mean you were aware of everything? I don't honestly know what's going on. Soon there's another kid with me. I knew back then, but when I asked you, you said there wasn't a third child. I'm sorry. All I have ever done is lie to you. Even about this, I knew it would turn out like this. But I lied to you all this time and deceived you. Then there was a third kid. But why did he disappear suddenly? Yeah, I really can't remember. The third kid, I remember always playing with another boy my age. Akia sometimes would sneak away when her father wasn't looking and come play with us. But how come I don't remember? Things like why he disappeared, or like how his name is Shiki as the same as mine. Yet everything I have clearly forgotten. I don't know. The only thing I remember is that the scene I saw in the courtyard. So I came back, it's only that hot summer day which floats in the back of my mind like a daydream. Akia is there, I'm there. And before me is the bloody corpse of another boy. Yes, Shiki did say so. I paid you back for killing me, he said. So that means that dream, I really killed him? That is why he suddenly disappeared and I conveniently forgot all those bad memories? Okay, No, you're mistaken. You did not kill anyone. Tohno Makisa, our father commanded you to think that way. My old man did? I don't understand even more. Why would my old man command me to do something like that? You said you were aware of everything when you called me back. What do you mean? You know about 8 years ago about Shiki, about everything? Yes, I didn't want you to remember about Shiki, Nissan. Possible I wanted you to forget about it forever. But it's all over. From the beginning, it was impossible to hide it. Saying that, she gives self-derisive smile. Looks at me in the eye and starts speaking again. Nissan, that person told you about the Tohno blood being special, right? You may not believe it, but there is non-human blood in the Tohno ancestry. At least that is what father has told me since I was young. Of course I did not believe it at first, but something happened to make me believe it. That incident was when you were killed by Shiki 8 years ago. Killed? Me? By Shiki? Akia nods wordlessly. But that's strange. That's the exact opposite. Shiki was the one lying bloody on the ground, and didn't he say I paid you back for killing me? As the people in the Tohno family grew older, the inhuman blood in us increases. This blood isn't anything good. I think the type of blood mixed with the Tohno family greatly increases one's instincts and makes me think it's just the blood of a beast. If you call the human part per reason, the instincts of the non-human blood overpower reason. I know you can't believe it because it's so sudden, so please quiet for now. No, I know someone exactly like that. Even now, if I could move freely and avoid Shiki, I'd fly out of here and look for her. However, the end comes for members of the Tohno family as they grow older. It has not been an instant of inversion as a child like Shiki did. Ooh. The bloodline in the Tohno family varies from individual to individual. There are those whose appearance will not change and those whose appearance will. Shiki was the typical case of the latter. The latter, his appearance changed? Yes, I do not understand why he went crazy at such a young age, but he inverted without any warning. When that happened, he attacked you, Nissan. Shiki attacked me? The old wound on my chest aches. It happened in that courtyard. You were stabbed in the chest and were on the verge of death when Father came and stopped Shiki. Stop Shiki, who has lost his mind. You can only kill him. It is the duty of the head of the Tohno household to deal with members of the family who have inverted. So the body Shiki saw was probably the result of Father dealing with him. I can't remember. There was something else. I feel like there was something more important than I can't remember. Afterwards, you miraculously recovered. And you remember you were taken to the hospital and told you were in a big accident. For that reason, I was raised as a successor to the Tohno family, even though I was the second child. Once inverted, Shiki could no longer be the successor, so the remaining blood relative had to be chosen. I see, that's why Aki had to take such a heavy burden of becoming the successor. Aki, that's weird. You said that it was Shiki that inverted, right? Then I'm not normal? I'm surprised, Nissan. You believe all of this? Hey now, it's not like you'd lie like this. Well, I'm used to this kind of talk. More importantly, I'm asking you if this is a bit strange, Akiya. Suppose you are right. But Nissan, there's nothing no wrong with the story, so I cannot discuss it any further. No, Akiha, sorry, but finding out about Shiki is important to me. He's with my mutual enemies. I can't just ignore him. So I have to know the truth. I can't have any traces of doubt left. Why is he alive if the old man killed him? Why? I forgot something so important. Please, tell me, Akiha. It's simple. You had a reason you could not succeed the Tohno family. You really even forgot that, didn't you, Nissan? Of course, that illusion continued forever. Nissan, you're not part of the Tohno family. Because of a whim of Father's, he adopted you just because you had the same name of his son, Shiki. You and I, and Shiki, we were raised as true siblings. We were really good friends with Shiki, almost enough to make my childish heart feel jealous. But after what happened to Shiki, everything went wrong. She was taken care of secretly, but the eldest son of the Tohno household could not be killed. The Tohno family has an important standing in society, doesn't it? So they could not tell society that the heir to the family suddenly just disappeared. Then Father had an idea to treat Nissan, who was almost killed by Shiki, as Tohno Shiki, and to let Shiki be the adopted son who died in an accident. Ooh, in other words, you traded places with Shiki. The one killed remained alive and the one who killed died. That is your relationship with Shiki. Then what is this? I'm not your brother, I'm not even a member of the Tohno family. Of course, not a member of the Arima family either. Then where am I from? I'm sorry, no one can answer that now. Nissan, the child named Shiki is gone. The child named Shiki died 8 years ago. Not in terms of living, but in terms of existence. And even past, family, even memories, none of his remain anywhere. I traded place with Tohno Shiki 8 years ago. Father disposed of everything. That is why you were adopted by the Arima family. Maintain appearance, the eldest son of the Tohno family must still be alive. For since you are not related by blood, you cannot be the heir. Reasoning that your body was weakened by the accident you were given to care the Arima family. commanded me not to let you near the mansion again. His voice is trembling. Let's see. Okay, I got 7 minutes until I have to pull the bread out of the oven. I know she must feel terribly guilty, but I don't intend to blame her. It might make me feel better that she feels that way, but there's something I still have to ask her right now. There are still 2 things I need to clear up. Please keep talking, Akiha. There's some things I still don't get all the way. Nissan, first, I understand I'm not a member of the Tohno family, but that raises another question. You said the members of the Tohno family are special, but the truth is I also have something strange. Somebody said it was because I was a member of the Tohno family, so I was convinced, but I'm not a member of the Tohno family, right? Then what does that all mean? I do not know. Certainly Father did not seem the type to just adopt someone on a whim. There may have been some reason to why he adopted you, Nissan. I see. Well, it doesn't really matter to me what family I'm from, so there's no need to worry about it, Akiha. And I always thought it was just lucky to be alive. It was a really fatal wound, wasn't it? And I'm blessed enough to just be alive. More than that, the problem is, second, why is Shiki alive? I unconsciously let hostility slip into my stare as I look at her. Nissan, it's strange that he's still alive. Shiki lost to his Tohno blood and did this infusion thing, didn't he? And he killed me and was struck down by the old man. And he shouldn't be alive. But there's really the one possibility. Just like I recovered, he must have recovered. Well, maybe my old man didn't kill him. After all, no matter how insane he was still his son, so maybe he didn't kill him and hid him from the eyes of everyone else. Just like how I was sent to the hospital. Seems I wasn't off the mark. I see, the old man probably intended to call him back to the mansion when she regained his sanity. That isn't true, but she can't say it. Only silently looks downwards. It's okay, it isn't your fault or the old man's. Of course not Shiki's either. Really, Ceil just sort of happened. It was just bad luck that someone insane guy from overseas entered Shiki. He said everything went crazy, but that's all that happened. Akira doesn't respond. I'm a little tired. To be honest, I didn't want to know anything about myself. Other than that, I have to find Arcueid right now. Akiha, I'm a little tired. I'm gonna sleep, so could you please leave? So if you say so, Nissan. It heads towards the door. Akiha. There's still one thing left to ask, so I call after her. What is it, Nissan? Yeah, why did you call me back there? I'm not even your real brother. Please don't say such foolish things. You are my only Nissan. Now back then, even if you forgot from when we were little to Tohno Akiha, you're my only Nissan, Shiki. Door clicks shut as Akiha exits my room. After she's gone, I finally realize my situation. It's just past 10. It's been 3 hours since Shiki no Roa attacked me at school. I still can't move at all. I feel like my body is a remote control robot. My mind's working and I don't even feel any pain. But I can't move my arms or legs. Take a deep breath and calm down. I can't move because I'm trying to move large things like my arms or legs. First I'll start small, like the little finger on my right hand. Constantly I'm trying to move it. Focus all the power of my body to lift my little finger. My whole body starts to break out in a sweat. For a few minutes I finally move my little finger. It's just my little finger, but it gets the momentum going. So forcing my nerves to remember the sense of movement, I go from my ring finger to my palm to my elbow to my arm. to my shoulder until I increase the parts of my body able to move. Start to pant. The more I can move, the more pain fills me. I see, I didn't feel pain because my whole body was numb. Restoring my nerves like this means pain returns at the same time. Sweat trickles from my forehead. Pain shoots through my body like countless blades. But if I can't move on my own, I won't be able to leave my room. Leave my room, go into town, go to school. I won't be able to find Arcueid. Resisting the urge to puke, I lift my upper body. I take all of my effort just to walk in this condition, but I don't care. In the first place, it's a miracle I'm alive after this Roro stabbed me in the chest. If I wish for any more luck, karma would probably punish me. I look at the knife wound on my chest. I don't see the point indicating death on my chest anyway. I calm down slightly. Come to think of it, if the hit the point of death, I would have died instantly. Having Novinsky's immortal monstrous body could escape it. So there's no way someone like me would walk away from it alive. Maybe what he sees is different. As I ponder this, a light knock sounds on my door and Senpai enters the room. You were told to rest, so why are you up? Ceil walks towards my bed. For now I wordlessly watch her. What is it, Tohno-kun? Is there something on my face? You just aren't wearing your glasses. Yes, it's a pity. Yours and mine made such good set together. As she smiles like this even now, I can't help but think Senpai will always be Senpai. Even though she's wearing those priestly robes and fight evenly with Roa, she'll always be the Senpai I know. Thanks, you saved me once again. Yes, that makes it 3 times. I won't keep lending you a hand, so please be more careful. I'll be more prepared. Next time I'll be sure to get him before he gets me. After I say this, Senpai looks directly at me. Tohno-kun, don't tell you have not learned from experience yet. I'm the victim here, why did I have to learn? He was the one who attacked me, so I can't do anything about it. That's true, but Tohno-kun, you certainly set on finishing this. I don't respond. I don't know if I'm set on finishing this like she says. It's just I can't sit around and do nothing right now. Senpai, I have a question if it's alright. No, but even if I said that, you wouldn't stop anyway. Alright. That makes you calm down, it's a good price to pay. Then let's talk, shall we? Senpai sits on the chair Akio was in earlier. She'd try to stop me right away, but I don't know what she's thinking. Then I'll ask. That guy before was Ro, wasn't he? Yes. It is his host this time. Same Tohno Shiki who plundered your life 8 years ago. Heard about that from Akio-san? Yeah, I heard. You friends with her or something, Senpai? She seems to hate you, though. Guess I am hated. She spies my job of hunting heretics, and it seems she does not like me either. It seems to be a rather remarkable hatred. She amazingly says this all with a smile. Well, that's another matter. Back to Roa, his lair is at our school. Can't say exactly, but it seems like the school building is his lair. I think he has started to move on his own because Arcueid killed all of the dead. In other words, Arcueid hasn't found him yet. So there's still a chance of me finding her. Tohno-kun. Nothing, but why would he set up at my school? You know, in the first place, he seems more like Shiki than Roa. He didn't seem like a vampire at all. What does it all mean? Doesn't mean anything other than that the source of his character is Shiki. Of course, he doesn't act like a vampire. Hold on, Shiki is Roa's host, right? His personality is Roa's, so wouldn't he start acting like a human? No, not at all. Okay, Tohno-kun, there's the body Roa incarnate to is raised as a different person, with a different character. Unless he matures as a human until Roa awakens, he will not be able to use his intelligence as Roa. After Roa awoke within him, Roa's principles followed that of the host. The guy is unmistakably Shiki, and there's none of Roa's personality at all. Yes, in a way Roa doesn't exactly exist anymore. What does exist is a conceptualization of Roa's desire for immortality. What's troublesome is the steady accumulation of wills of history for magical knowledge, parts of his maliciousness conceptualization. Roa, as long as he can continue his thesis on immortality, he doesn't care what else he does. So now species to breed children. Interesting. Most two are completely different from each other. What Shiki really wants to do, yes. Probably his desire to kill you is far greater than a conciliation with Arcueid. Don't get what she's trying to say. Why would he want to kill me? It's hard for me to say, but Shiki thinks you killed him. What do you mean? The one who killed, he's got all backwards. But you are alive, Tohno-kun, and Shiki was killed. In the end, you became Tohno Shiki, did you not? So you received judgment from the Tohno family. He had a miraculous recovery just like yours. He didn't have his house to return to. So Shiki was very much alive, living with his sister Akiya-san. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go check on the bread and be back. Let's finish up, I guess, this chapter and see where we go from here then. But I didn't do so because I wanted to. But I guess Shiki doesn't care about that. To him, I'm the hated imposter who stole everything away. The man who stole his home. Without any bedman, he lived and seethed and hated these past 8 years. So of course he wants to kill me. Well, I was still the one killed senpai. Tohno-kun. Yeah, I had things stolen from me too. 8 years ago I was 9 years old. Back then the Shiki who lived up until that time disappeared without a trace. Can't recall my past too well. I don't have this urge to meet my true parents. But I can't even remember any treasured memories I may have had. Whoever Shiki had been is nowhere to be found. You can't fight because of hatred. As if sensing the danger in my words, senpai warns me. I tell her not to be ridiculous as I shake my head. That's not it. We have to deal with Roa for a different reason. You don't hate him? I'd be lying if I said no, but it doesn't really matter. I just can't let him run loose by himself, because if I do that, the princess would try too hard. That's why I have to help her. I promised her I'd help her to the very end. That's right. Which is why I can't be resting here by myself. She's always going through so much pain, yet tries to act so cheerful in front of me. I just can't understand. Why do you support her so much? Arcueid's a vampire. Isn't she different from you? I don't care about that. All I know is I love her. It's enough reason for me to help her. Looking at Senpai's eyes, I speak directly. Yo, are we having connection issues? Wait a second. Are we having connection issues? Because it says I got a bunch of dropped frames. That is not unfortunate if that's the case. I think we're still on the same part, I guess. Oh no, I'll keep going. Probably gonna go an hour 30 minutes, maybe hour 40 minutes. Like an hour in right now. You're saying you will help her to the very end, Tohno-kun. Yeah, I don't have time to waste. If Roa is at my school, I have to leave right away. Otherwise, Arcueid might try and fight Roa. If that happens, her safety isn't guaranteed. So I have to lend her a hand. I don't know how much use I can be, but it has to be better than Arcueid by herself. It is hopeless. Even if you were able to move fully, she isn't able to match Roa in her present state. How do you know about that, Senpai? Simple calculation. She's already suppressing the urge to drink blood, which she fell victim to before. This reduces her power so much she couldn't even stand up to half-powered Roa. Power is less than half of Roa, so you can't match him even if you work together. In the first place, she is very close to death. Her power is weak, and she is using that to suppress the vehement impulse within herself. It would be like us moving around after having our lungs smashed. What do you mean? Close to death? Why? Of course, that's all because she is using the urge to drink blood. It would be easier if she drank it, but I don't think she would ever do that. So as long as she pursues Roa with her present state, she is racing towards death. That's just ridiculous. I stand up from my bed. Fall to the floor instantly, without even catching myself, like a piece of trash hitting the carpet. How weak. Arcueid is such a desperate situation, but I'm so weak I can't even talk. Please don't force yourself, Tohno-kun. Even though you're not worried, your energy is practically all gone. It's probably Roa's host, Shiki's ability. Just being stabbed by a knife shave some of your life away. My life? Think of it as your energy which allows you to live. It is infinite but exhaustible. It's produced as long as one lives, but the amount able to be stored varies from individual to individual. So the amount of life that can be taken away from the body is limited. We use it all up in the energy we have accumulated. We draw more from this unlimited source. If there was a way to steal the accumulated energy in a single instant, the person would have given half of a minimal energy needed to draw in more energy from this unlimited source. All life activity would cease. Life which uses life, and things use it to live. That's true, you can't exactly call it death. It's more like a car that has no gasoline, it can't run. So in that she helps me stand up and moves as if to tuck me into bed. Now if I'm going to lie down. What are you saying when you can't even stand by yourself? If you don't want to lie down, then please stay like that. Pushes me down and forces me to sit on the bed. Sitting up like this leaves me out of breath. In this state, I can't make it to school. Even if I was able to see Arcueid, this would be a burden on her like this. You don't have to fight anymore, Tohno-kun. We'll all be settled in a matter of a few days. Settled, what do you... Because I have found the reincarnation of Roa. The Vatican, our headquarters has approved my request. Within 7 days, the Bureau Agency under direct control of His Holiness the Pope will arrive and put an end to Roa. In the end, it will mean just another continuation of the cycle, but this instance of Roa will be dealt with. 7 days. No, I can't wait that long. Now Arcueid might be trying to settle things with Roa, and that'll be meaningless. I force strength back into my legs, seeing myself into ignoring their ragged breathing. Stand up from my bed. My knife, where is it? I have it, but do you think I will give it to you, Tohno-kun? No, but you shouldn't keep other people's things, Senpai. Isn't it common courtesy to hand back drop things to their owners? Senpai rushes through your pockets and brings forth a knife. But you really intend on going back to the school, Tohno again? Yeah, before Arcueid finds Roa, I have to kill him. If Shiki's objective is to get me, can't escape a fight to the death anyway. So in order to protect Arcueid, I'm going to kill Roa myself. I just don't understand. Please tell me why you're so into her. If you tell me, I won't stop you. Senpai asked me the same thing as before. Her look is calm and sincere. She really does want to know. I want to help her because I like her, because being with her is fun. Yeah, those are really important too, but it's deeper than that. It's something I can't let go. But she's by herself, I can't just leave her alone. I think that's why. That's a lie. Can't risk your life because of that. Please answer seriously, Tohno-kun. Can't understand this kind of reason. No, it really is my reason. Till now she's been alone. She never even knew what it was like to have fun. Always, almost foolishly isolated. Isn't it too lonely? I want to lose such a meaningless life. So I just want her to know. So many things to do in this world, and although most of it is useless and meaningless, knowing those is part of the fun of being alive. Such things even a child knows. Just wanted to tell her. Though she smiles like she's enjoying herself immensely, I wanted to show her anyone can have that. I wanted to show her over and over. This world has even more enjoyable things. Enough to make any hardship seems like nothing. To be able to feel all the normal things as something normal. I wanted to make her happy, so she can truly smile all the time. Because I like Arcueid's smile. Isn't that right? As much as she hasn't been saved until now, I want to make so many more times happier. I have to at least balance it out. In the first place, it's so simple to end her solitude. Yeah, it's very simple. Speak with someone and do what you want to do. And I know anyone can do it. Someone else can make her happy. Certainly with my body in this pitiful state, there's no need for me to act this desperately. Someone else could just make her not solitary. I know that, but it's not all logic. But I can't let someone else do it, and I can't part with her like this. There's no one else besides her, because Arcueid is the only one in this world I want to make happy. I love Arcueid. I love her as a man. I love her everything about her. More than that, I want to make her happy with my own hands. That it doesn't matter what happens to my life. I don't want her to die like this. Right now, that's all there is, senpai. Yeah, that's all. It's more precious to me than my own life right now. Please don't say such stupid things. No one else can do that. It seems you're the only one in the world who can even say that. Senpai shrugs her arms after a big sigh. Senpai makes me a little angry. She is happy enough already. As if she's giving up something, Senpai speaks with gentle voice. And then I hear the rustle of tree branches from outside the window. Ooh. Oh, you don't need to be surprised. She was just leaving. Felt something out of place before, so I guess it was that after all. Senpai classic glance outside the window. Yo, Arcueid was just chilling there, listening the whole time. Isn't like her to put a higher priority on you than Roa. Well, if she gave more priority to Roa after such a speech, she'd deserve some divine punishment. And that means Arcueid was outside my window until just now? Why would Arcueid come to my room, senpai? She came to check up on you because she was worried after Roa attacked you. She must have heard that what we were talking about and left for Roa. In other words, she went to settle things with Roa. She went, why? Of course, after hearing something like that, even I would have done the same thing. Yeah, I'm envious, but I pity her so as much. But how come? You want to help her, but she doesn't want to get you involved. So there's only one answer, right? Senpai X calmed if she knew this would happen. So now you can give up, right, Tohno-kun? No matter how hard you try to you can't catch up to her. So leave the rest to me and rest. Like hell. I'll wildly grab onto Senpai's collar. Just that makes me dizzy, but I don't care. You asked me knowing this would happen, Senpai. No, I didn't know you saw her that way. Certainly this was a mistake on my part, but her expression doesn't change. She looks down at me gently and I clutch her collar. Doing this accomplishes nothing. Arcueid is already gone. What I should be doing isn't blaming Senpai. I'm going after her. Take me there. Do you think I'll follow an order from a person in your condition? Yeah, of course I don't think so. If you don't listen to me, I'll... What? If you don't listen to me, I'll pay you right here. Expression collapses. Just because the looks of stronger than my heart. No, I can't back down. And Senpai gives another sigh. I think that was like supposed to say make. I don't know. Proposing is interesting, but I'll pass. It was my mistake and I've gone this far already. Bro, like what the heck? I'll stay with you till the last stop. She pulls back from my hands and steps over next to me. We'll take you there, so please be quiet. Bro, don't do none of that kind of crap to no cattle girl. That would be mean. I don't have time to be surprised. A slight heave, she picks me up. If Alkia sees us, she would try to stop us. Shall we use the same method as she did? Light footstep with a fly out the window. Senpai holds me. We arrive at school. Even though she was carrying me, Senpai isn't even out of breath, and she ran, so we'll say as if she was sprinting by herself. Tohno-kun, can you walk? Barely. We're going to kill Roa, so we can't go in like this. That's true. And please walk on your own from here. Senpai lowers me to the ground. School is eerily quiet. Once we go inside, all that's left is a fight to the death. Take out my glasses after a deep breath. My head starts to pound. In addition to not being able to move myself fully, I feel really sick. This isn't good. Senpai looks up at the night sky with a serious expression. A full moon. Radiant moonlight illuminates the school grounds. What isn't good? The treances are said to be originally from the moon, so they gain much strength from the moon. Oh shoot. Yeah, there's like, in the actual like Nasu lore stuff, from what I've heard, there's like stuff about the moon or whatever. Like I know Fate Extra like takes place on the moon as like a like it's all a digital simulation on the moon or something, or like the souls all went to the moon. That's kind of wacky though. I don't know what's up with that exactly, but I guess I'll find out more. It's the same for Roa as the dead apostle under the true sister, so he's practically immortal tonight. With my current equipment, I may not be able to fully kill him. She grits her teeth. Practically immortal. That doesn't mean a thing to me. If I can get close, even if the next instant we stabbed in the chest once more, if I can get close, I can pierce his death. That's very bright tonight. It would be difficult to conceal ourselves in darkness. I'm rather fond of moonlight nights, but it's a little different tonight. Senpai sighs. Pale shiny moonlight and the frigid night air. I can even see the lines of death growing. Don't like moonlit nights. Tohno-kun. Wait, Tohno-kun. So Shiki was saying that he likes moonlit nights. Interesting. See, my theory is that like Shiki is actually a vampire right here also. That's what my theory would be. I like the strong sunshine that erases everything over real darkness. Not pain, but my brain actually does start creaking. And it seems like it'll go especially crazy tonight. Things seem to die easily. It's like I'm in the deserts of the moon. But with this, there's no way I'll miss Roa's death either. Put my glasses back on. Give my knife, I walk towards the school building. Pass through the front entrance. Even walking normally is difficult. The distance to the school building seems incredibly long. Tohno won't split up here. Senpai says this suddenly. From here on, please go ahead by yourself. I'll be doing something else. Something else, Senpai. You're going to do something? Now look, even my goal is to deal with Roa. Seems this Roa is stronger than the previous host, so I can't face him directly. When you and Arcueid are killed by Roa, I will use that opening to dispose of him. She says this directly with a serious expression. Really seems serious, Senpai. Yes, that was the last time I'm letting personal circumstances enter my work. You're fighting for her, aren't you, Tohno? Like that, I also have my reasons. So from now on, I cannot help you. Oh yeah, thanks, Senpai. Since this might be goodbye, let me say I liked you, Senpai. Spending time with you and Arcueid talking about stupid things. Yes, it was like a dream for me too. That's because it was a dream. Senpai disappears towards the building like a black shadow. All time to go. Bro, we're already at final confrontation time, I'd say. I push my body, which hurts every time I move. I run into the school building. The school building is full of cracks. As if a small typhoon was let loose inside, they all shift higher and higher. It seems the fight between Arcueid and Roa already began. Upstairs. I spit this out as I dash up the stairs. I gasp for air. Make it to the 4th floor. Cracks running through the walls continue down the hallway to the passageway that connects the 2 buildings. Damn it. I somehow managed to move my wavering legs and run towards the connecting passageways. I pass through the hallway and reach the intersection with that passageway. That's the last stop. In the middle of the passageway, 2 figures are glaring at each other from a distance. Shiki stands at the end of the passageway, reaching to the nearby building wide open. And in the very center, Arcueid is kneeling on the floor, breathing hard. I start to dash towards her, but before then, Arcueid, still kneeling, looks up at me intensely. I can't move. The instant her eyes fixate on me and my body as if becoming stone doesn't move at all. How awful, binding your friend with your mystic eyes like that. It would have been okay for you to let him die with you. Shiki, no. Roa laughs amusedly. Mystic eyes, why? Why is Arcueid using this on me? Finally, even though I finally made it here on time. Why? Arcueid looks away from me and directs her gaze at Roa. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything to me. She only glares at the enemy in front of her as she breathes heavily, or painfully. I can't even shout out. Cursing my ineffectiveness, my body, which I forced for so long, starts to lose its heat. Roa laughs loudly as he watches the 2 of us. I see. You are finally prepared, princess. Roa leisurely walks over to Arcueid, who remains kneeled, unmoving. My, you're pretty good, Shiki. Seems the princess here is going to fight me to save you. If I were the former, it were the former princess, you would be terrifying. But you are now just a regular vampire. You don't even have the power of a true ancestor anymore. Jeez, it would have been better if only you fell to your desires. Quiet, Arcueid's voice echoes through the hallway. What is this? If it's not a hallucination, everything around Arcueid starts to waver. What? Rose stops walking forward. Marble phantasm. Can still use that? It's to be expected from the royalty of the true ancestors. Ro retreats fearfully. However, you cannot win against me because I have something you lack. Arcueid stops breathing, as if ceasing all movement in order to gather up all her strength. You know, don't you? Right. It's the experience of death. I know what death is, but you do not. That is our difference. Well, as long as something is alive, it cannot experience death. The only one who knows is probably only infinite reincarnator like me. Wavering of everything around Arcueid grows stronger. Humans are instinctively afraid of the unknown. This does not change even for the transcendent races like the true ancestors. No matter how much of the occult you study, no matter how long you live, you cannot experience death. You all gain so much power by resisting death. But at the same time, it is the source of your weakness. You run away from death, whereas I accept it. That's the difference in nature between you. Michael Roa Vlad Damjung. Even now I live as a human at this age. An out-of-place ghost like yourself has no right to judge me. Oh gosh, it's getting crazy. I know about death, about the darkness, the nothingness which I have journeyed through so many times. To me, death is little more than a common ritual. Let's say you destroy this body right here. I'll still remain in this world. Why don't you understand it's useless to fight me? Rose spreads his arm higher. Arcueid doesn't answer. Alright, if you still insist on challenging me, I will not stop you. Your resistance will be rewarded. Ro lowers his arms and crouches. Everything around Arcueid seems to be on the verge of bursting apart. I can't speak. This isn't good. I shouldn't let this happen. Don't know why, I don't even have proof. Just I, someone who has seen lots of death, can tell. Ro and Arcueid, which one of them is closer to death? I can't speak. I can't. Crap, I kinda need some water. I kinda actually really need some water. I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna have to cut these out of the video probably. I'm actually probably gonna cut out the whole intro where we like skip over stuff. Also while I'm at it, I think. The entire hallway pulses. The glass windows, the walls, the hallway, the whole building. They become rolling waves as if they were a shredder with tens. Hundreds, thousands, no, a countless number of blades. Yo, he looks epically like crazy. In a single instant, Roa's body disappears. Distorted, sliced, compressed. All that remains are his ankles. The sliding of the hallway ceases. Maybe it only lasted a moment. This passageway is like it was before. Only all that's left are Roa's ankles. But it didn't end there. The ankles start to move, start to run towards Arcueid. As they do with each step, a leg, his hips, his other leg, his torso, his arms sprout to life. Arcueid is still kneeling, not moving. Really in front of her, Roa's neck and head come back into being. Couldn't warn her in time. The completely regenerated Roa slices through her stomach, like cutting cleanly through the line with no slicing of flesh, no flowing of blood. That was close. Knew it was correct to choose tonight. If the moon was waning even the slightest bit, I could not have regenerated from just an ankle. And Princess, you cannot regenerate from that wound. My claws have the same ability as that man over there. Oh shoot. So I guess he might not see the lines of death, but he can still cut them maybe? He collapses to the floor. This is the power I got from experiencing death. Ironically, I did not know how to use this myself, but he taught me. For someone who has seen death, perceiving its form was not difficult. Oh gosh, Roha boasts as he kicks Arcueid. Body tumbles towards me. Arcueid, I can move again. It's because the power behind her mystic eyes has vanished. It means her power is no longer working. Shaking the thought from my mind, I hold her close. A chill runs through me and the instant I hold her. Her body is terribly cold. The only heat left within her is a candle about to go out. Rest still stands before us, but I don't care about that. Right now I just want to help Arcueid. Arcueid. I call out to her. Close, eyes open energetically as if waking from a dream. That was very lame, wasn't it? The patchwork brightness Arcueid puts forth a strained smile. You, what kind of stupid things are you saying? I can't speak clearly. I wanted to say something more, something better, but my brain doesn't work. I can't be calm now. As I hold her, the lack of lingering warmth in her body tells me it's hopeless. If I took off my glasses, I doubtless would see something even more hopeless than anything else. I don't want to see that. Why? That's all I can manage to say. Exasperated at myself, I hold her tightly. There's no embrace in response. She doesn't have any strength left in her. All she does is smile happily. No, this can't be happening. Why did you do it all by yourself? We're partners, we said we'd help each other to the very end. Oh yeah, that's right. I kinda forgot. How can you forget? This makes me useless. I said I would help you. I said I would definitely help you, but I couldn't even help one bit. No, that's not it at all, Shiki. You helped me more than enough. That's why it's enough already. Cough. She coughs up blood and smiles painfully. So I wanted to thank you. In the end, I'm glad I was able to protect you from Roa. I gasp. Her glazed over eyes don't see anything. Not her wound, or even Roa who still lives. Her time. Since attacking a while ago ended right then. Yeah, thanks. Thanks. I can't even lie properly. The light in her eyes is fading. Your body warmth is rapidly approaching 0. I'm going to lose her like this? Arcueid. Yes, drink my blood. If you do that, you'll get your power back. Not even thinking, I scream that out. She doesn't answer, but slightly. She shakes her head. Why? Don't tell me you're still scared. Like you said it before, right? You asked, what if birds or fish had the same amount of intelligence? Could I eat them? I would. If it meant I would live, I would. Isn't stealing things from others to live a natural law of the world? That's what she said herself back then. So why? Why does she just shake her head with his pitiful eyes? I don't like talking about what ifs. I did not. That was my line back then. She said before she likes playing what ifs because it feels like there's hope. Really, I like what ifs. Even if it's sugarcoating things, I feel there's always some hope, isn't there? But I can't finish. My throat is just so tight. I can't speak properly. That's true, but right now there's something else I want more. With a waving voice, I ask her what it is. Yeah, I want you to kiss me, Shiki. What? It's just a simple thing. Is that alright? I press my lips to hers. This isn't sweet like before or gentle. I swear I press my lips against her cold lips without any warmth. After that, she smiles as if extremely happy. I always wanted to do something like that. Oh, you really like strange things. Yes, but I'm still happy. Just that felt so good. I've lived for so long, but I've never been this happy like I am now. I kind of thought to myself, maybe disappearing like this might be good. To remember such a thing, all warmth disappears from her body. Arcueid. There's no response. Even though her body is still here. Even though her body is still this soft. Even though I still remember the sound of her voice in my ears. Never again. None of this will ever happen again. What have I been doing? I wanted to make her happy. I wanted to teach her so many things. I wanted to take her to so many places. I wanted to be with her forever. But it can never happen. She's done it. No matter how you look at it, there's nothing more. Suddenly, before I could say the right thing, she went off and passed away by herself. My entire life, I won't be able to forget this. This death, this maddening calmness. I'll never forget it. I hear the footsteps of the man who was watching it all. Finished, Shiki? Yeah, it's finished. Answering, I turn towards the enemy. We face each other in the moonlit hallway. Roa doesn't move from the spot where Arcueid was before. He was watching everything silently, probably because he knew he was in a dominant position. I didn't think you were still alive. Roa says this casually, as if nothing has happened. I take off my glasses and ready my knife. Seems as though you can see that you death are good at escaping death. It isn't a matter of the strength or weakness of your life. However, normally people call that useless effort. You're one to talk. You and I, we've already died once. Exactly, Roa says as he smiles. Those returning from the dead can understand death. You and I are special cases of that kind. I've experienced death 17 times before I got to this, but you've only done it once. Honestly, it must be the difference in our latent ability. I am really curious what kind of ability it would have been if I had reincarnated into your body. A bothersome, overly composed voice. This hearing that makes my head hurt. I have 2 things to ask you, and 1 thing to tell you. I managed to say this while my head is filled with pain. Oh, alright, go ahead. Probably because he's so absolutely confident in his dominating position, Roa responds amusedly. First question is the most important. Why did you kill Arcueid? Why? She was trying to kill me, so wasn't it natural to kill her back? Well, the one I desired wasn't this weak princess who came here. My current self could have taken apart the princess while she lived. There's no point in taking in a true ancestor, no different from a regular vampire. So I figured there was no value in taking her in, decided to settle it. Even I'm disappointed with the way things have turned out. Twisting his lips, the enemy laughs. My head hurts. Here I have to kill him as fast as possible. Can't stand him existing a single second longer. But what do you plan on doing now? Don't tell me you think you can fight me in your condition. Resisting is useless, Shiki. I know that more than anyone else. Dizziness causes me to collapse to my knees. Still, even if I don't have any power left to stand, I gaze at him. Enough, enough. Even if you see my death, even if you can't touch me, it's meaningless. You know, Shiki, I'm rating your ability rather highly. Yes, it seems Shiki's personality is fading away. Since he has avenged you, I'm more Aroa than Shiki now. Well, it doesn't really matter. Or takes another step forward. Isn't this power wonderful, Shiki? You should be happy. You're probably the only ones who possess the mystic eyes of death perception in the entire world. It would be a shame to lose such a rare ability. More than anything else, we're the same entity. We can understand each other more than anyone else. There's no other partner who would assure me as you. Are you trying to tell me to be your partner? No, not asking, I'm letting. I don't care about what you want. That would only get in the way. You can relax. After I drink your blood and plunder even your soul, I'll make you into an existence where you won't hesitate to use your power. Gritting of my teeth. I see. Then the next question. What do you see? Are they lines or points? No, I'll make it simpler. You can only see it on living things, right? You can't possibly see it on anything else. Of course. Non-living things don't have any life. Only living things have this place indicating its source of life. I thought so. You understand completely, vampire. I understand completely, vampire. I grip my knife. The headache completely governs the inside of my brain, and all I can see is one thing. Not being clear. Those aren't really fitting final words, but enough talk. There's also the hiding women from the church I have to deal with. You're lucky, Shiki. Once I make you my subordinate, your first opponent will be that woman you trust. Bro approaches. Wavering vision isn't fixated on his figure. What you see, what you and I see are totally different, Shiki. In the back of my head, the switch turns on. All you're seeing is life. You don't understand death at all. That's why you can't kill me. And you're only able to kill a weakened woman. My brain reaches a white heat. What? If you could see death, you couldn't maintain your sanity. All you can perceive is the part which keeps things alive. If you could see death, you couldn't even manage to stand. To give an example, it is the world on the moon. Everything is like a desolate wasteland. A seam of death on everything I see. Events of the world which disappear when I touch them. What are you? Being able to see the death of things means you are forced to see the world's uncertainty and its fragility. The ground is like it's not there, and the sky seems about to fall at any moment. What are you talking about? Or his voice falters. Of course, because he can't even understand the slightest bit of what I'm saying. In other words, his eyes and mine may be similar, but they're completely different things. Stop it, those eyes. Don't look at me with those eyes. Fear mixes into Roa's voice. He even said it himself. Humans are instinctually afraid of the unknown. You don't know of the illusion that the whole world could perish in an instant. That is, what it means to see death. This power isn't something you can boast about like you did. Yeah, back then I was even scared of walking. Even I would, if I hadn't met that person, would have long since been insane. That's your mistake, vampire. Life and death may be back to back. They will never face each other. I'm telling you, don't look at me with those eyes. The sound of running footsteps. But I'm many times faster. I'll show you. This is what it means to kill something. Saying that, I thrust towards the hallway's point on the floor. Yeah! The lines racing through the passageway on delay. What? Even the sound of Roa's screaming voice is buried amongst the crashing rubble. The passageway is literally killed. The blocks which lost their meaning break apart and crumble away. For Roa, it must have been a total surprise attack. Pulled down by the destruction of the hallway and the collapsing rubble, Ro falls to the earth. In front of my very eyes, the passageway crumbles away. During the pain in my head and burning in my body, I head to the stairs. I head past Arcueid's corpse and hurry to the courtyard. In the moonlight, the courtyard and the passageway has become a sea of rubble. In the center, something moves. He really is sly when dealing with death. Pull my almost collapsing body towards it. He's really something. The lower half of Ro's body is almost completely gone. Yet coming out from underneath the rubble, the upper half of his body still moves, ignoring that fact. This amount of life may almost be something worthy of respect. What was that? Quivering Ro wonders aloud. Walking on top of the rubble, I move directly in front of him. Shiki. Ro lifts his head to look at me. His eyes seem to practically ooze with hatred. You monster. His voice equally full of indignant hatred. Who is? Replying, I stand in front of him. Ro's death is just a little right of his heart. I lightly thrust my knife forward. A sensation like piercing paper. Feeling is indeed death. Ah, Ro gives a small scream. He's someone who has experienced death. You should know this feeling really well. You're not scared, are you? It's a path you're quite familiar with, if there's a difference. It's only one thing. This time you can't come back. I pull out my knife and turn away from Ro. Ro isn't dead yet. Like Arcueid, someone as long lived as him will linger just a little longer. I breathe weakly, my mind wavers. My body is at its limits and my head is past its limits. I could even said back then, I shouldn't force myself to look at the death of non-living things. If I do it too much, the blood vessels in my brain will burn away. I don't care about that. Would have been alright. Even if I turned myself into a vegetable, it would have been worth it to stop Ro sooner. That way you wouldn't have had to have. I collapse. I fall on the ground. My ankles are in pain. I turn around and see the upper half of Ro's body, which crawled this far. You. With bloodshot eyes, he makes his way into my collapsed body. Fading, disappearing. I am disappearing? His bloody arms wrap around my neck. Why I disappear? How? How did you kill me? Opening his saw-like mouth, he moves to bite my neck. You and I are connected, you see. You transfer my existence. Links cannot be cut. His teeth dig into my neck. He vanishes. Ro's body falls apart in a single instant. With this, it means I'm the one who killed him. Somebody says this, sword in hand and breathing happily. I don't quite understand. I'm saying I'm the one who killed Ro. No matter who your opponent is, you should not kill humans. You're not someone who should come to my world. So I'm the one who killed him. Senpai says this haughtily as she places her hands on her hips. Dang, she can take the credit. Wow. Maybe it is. But it is a kind of lie, so isn't it okay? Even if it is hypocrisy, doesn't it allow room for hope somehow? Those words are similar. When I told her not to talk about what ifs, she answered with something like that. Yeah, that's right. Somehow, somewhere, if there's hope, then how happy can that be? But that isn't really important, is it? Are you okay, Tohno-kun? Were you bitten? Somebody rushes quickly to care for me. My consciousness fades away. Don't want to move anymore and my brain wants to rest. Shiki, hey. Further and further away. Eyes still open with glass like moon overhead. My consciousness completely ceases. As it happens, I think to myself how it seems just like a television being switched off. An epilogue. Oh shoot. An epilogue. We're already done with our route then. Shiki-sama, it's morning. Please wake up. Actually, I probably should save this for next time. And I think I will. Because then I can put this as like the final confrontation and then the next one as... Then the next one as... The, let's see. Then I'll have the next one as the epilogue. Or I'll do the endings. Is probably what I'll do. I'll do like, yeah, epilogue of Arcueid Route. And then because I think, because endings list. So we don't have the endings list right here. Graphic mode. Let's go take a peep. Just kidding. We're not doing that. Don't need that graphics mode. Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, hope you guys like this video. Catch you all next time. It'll probably be within the week that we do this. I don't know. What we might do is we might start like the next route, but I'm not too sure on that yet. But I also know that I probably will play through Arcueid Route and the remake. But I'm gonna save that. I'm still waiting on the Ceil route translation for the remake, and then I'm gonna play through that route in there. But I think what we might do is we might just continue through the far side routes, get a little sneak peek of them. Anyway, it's been me, Arctic. See you guys